Alright then lads and lasses, how we doing and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Lads and lasses, it's finally that time again. The summer transfer window is now open. Who will we see leave Newcastle United, but most importantly, what we're all excited for? Who will we see join Newcastle United? Who is going to walk through them doors? But lads and lasses, of course, we've got 3 bits of news in today's daily news video. Starting off is Miguel Almiron is expected to leave the club in this summer transfer window. Now, of course, Miguel Almiron is pretty much a nailed-on starter. Jacob Murphy starts some games, but Miguel Almiron, whether you like to agree or not, he pretty much is with what we've got available right now. So, of course, if Miguel Almiron is expected to leave the club, we do need a right wing. Thankfully, Newcastle United have made 2 right-wing priorities in 22-year-old Miguel Almiron, Crystal Palace star boy. We all know how much we love him. But, of course, the other right-wing priority, Chelsea's Noni Madueke. Now, of course, we spoke in yesterday's daily news video that Newcastle United actually are interested in Miguel Almiron, but more importantly, that bargain of a £60 million release clause. Lads and lasses, this news has got me really excited. So, of course, before we get into the news, hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy the video. As always, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the Geordie Josh channel for all Newcastle United content. And, of course, hit that bell on so you're never late for a video. And let me know down below, would you sell Miggy in this summer transfer window? And would you like to see Noni Madueke or Miguel Almiron or any other right winger come through the door in this summer transfer window? Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start off with Madueke and, of course, the fantastic Miguel Almiron. You all know how much I love him. We'll speak about Miguel Almiron and his possible exit at the end of the video, because this is more sort of exciting, shall we say. But, of course, Newcastle United have made 2 right-wing priorities in Chelsea's Noni Madueke and Crystal Palace's Miguel Almiron. The 22-year-old Frenchman, of course, in Miguel Almiron speaking here, has plenty of interest from Chelsea, Manchester United and Bayern Munich. But it's also confirming from another source that Miguel Almiron certainly does have a £60 million release clause. Absolutely mental. But look, I'm not going to wax lyrical about Miguel Almiron for too much longer. Let's take a look at Noni Madueke. What's he done through his career, and is he going to be a good player for Newcastle United if he was to come to the Tyneside club? Now, Noni Madueke is predominantly a right winger who is left-footed, and although growing through the ranks of Spurs as a young boy, he's actually made his name in PSV Eindhoven, including youth level. He spent 4 years in the Netherlands with the Dutch club before moving to Chelsea last January. 23 appearances we should say last season for Noni Madueke. 10 of them were substitute appearances, not exactly getting that first team football that he would sort of crave for at this time in his career. He got 5 goals and 2 assists. It's fair to say it wasn't the exact best season from Noni Madueke terms. In the Eredivisie, he absolutely tore it up yet again with PSV Eindhoven, moving to Chelsea for around €35 million. Now, of course, I've got to say, lads and lasses, if Chelsea sign Olise, because it does look likely, look, he's already living in London, he's grew up in London his whole life, and he is playing for a London club. If he goes to Chelsea, you already know he's going to get such a bigger wage than what he would get in Newcastle United. Could we pinch Madueke from Chelsea if Olise was to go to the other London club? Just take a look at who Chelsea have: Nkunku, Sterling, Palmer, Mikhailo Mudryk, Nicholas Jackson, Armando Broja. The list goes on, so I really could see that happening. I've got to be real. If Olise does go to Chelsea, I think Newcastle United will kind of help Chelsea out in financial fair play terms and buy Madueke off the London club. But I don't want that to happen. I don't want Madueke. Yes, look, fantastic footballer, and if he did come at Newcastle United, I certainly wouldn't be unhappy, but I don't want to help Chelsea out, and I don't want Madueke. I want Miguel Almiron. Is it ambitious? Yes. Would Chelsea at the minute be a more attractive move for Miguel Almiron himself? Yes. But let's not mess about here. We are Newcastle United. We have one of the most exciting projects in the history of world football. All we've got to do is trigger that £60 million release clause, what Miguel Almiron has, and then the offer is up to Miguel Almiron. Do you either want to go to Chelsea, the car crash project? Look, you know you're guaranteed Conference League football next season. That's seriously not his level. Although Newcastle United don't have European football, you can guarantee next season, if Bruno stays, Alexander Isak's there, you've got Sandro Tonali coming back, Tino Botman, although injured, these players are going to come back next season. You're going to be in a top-class team, and of course, with that competition at Chelsea, you can guarantee Miguel Almiron will be a starter at Newcastle United. I can tell you in 10 years time, 5 years time even, we will be in 10 times the place what Chelsea is. We will be in a far better position to win more trophies, and of course we will have more regular European football than what Chelsea will have as well. I've got to say, with not an ounce of bias included, I would much rather go to Newcastle United than what Chelsea are offering at the minute. Not to even mention he'd be treated like a god over here. Look, I certainly wouldn't be against signing Noni Madueke. The only thing I'm kind kind of worried about is his attitude. I've seen a fair few times where he tries to go on like a little bit of a gangster, but yet again, Anthony Gordon thought he was someone he wasn't. When he was at Everton, he had a little bit of a bust-up with Eddie Howe at Brentford away in that 22-23 season, but everything's absolutely fine, and he was our player of the season for a reason. Didn't mean to rhyme that there, by the way. So I wouldn't be ever against any sort of this attitude sort of stuff. Eddie Howe and co will sort that right out. Noni Madueke, certainly a talented footballer, but Michael Olise, cream of the crop in my opinion. Very ambitious, I have got to say. If Bayern Munich, Man United, Chelsea's interested in him, it's up to him. Just go activate that release clause, Newcastle. There's nothing stopping we're doing it. Or turn him or give him an offer he can't turn down. Then it's up to Michael Olise, unfortunately. Fingers crossed he has his head screwed on because he should be picking Newcastle. But of course, away from Michael Olise and Noni Madueke, we've got news on Miguel Almirón, as it looks like he could depart the club this summer. It's been reported by iPaper Sport that the club are prepared to let Miguel Almirón go. He has suitors over in Saudi Arabia, pretty much saying there's interest from Saudi Arabian clubs for the Paraguayan, and as we know, last January, Newcastle United and Al Shabab of the Saudi Pro League reached a provisional agreement for €30 million to sign Miguel Almiron. Miggy didn't want to leave, so the transfer didn't go through. €30 million. Wow, look, yet again, it's the same old story with Miguel Almiron, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. Love his smile, love his work rate. We'll thank him so much for his service. Two years left on his contract, and I believe in February he turns 31 years old, and of course, he's not a player we need at the top level anymore. Absolutely adore him, just not for the way he plays football. Last season he had that fantastic spell of form. If he could have kept that consistently, undoubtedly he would have been staying at Newcastle United, but he hasn't. I think, like I said on the last video, he's got 6 assists in over 170 Premier League appearances. That is absolutely terrible. Michael Olise has played 19 Premier League games this season, even being injured for quite a long time, and of course, being managed under Roy Hodgson, who that style of football for Michael Olise was certainly out of style, shall we say, out of trend. It doesn't suit players like Michael Olise, these flashy, newborn style of players. Michael Olise still has more assists this season than Miguel Almirón's career in 170 appearances. That is mental, by the way. But of course, look, if we can get anything near £20 million, €20 million for a guy who has 2 years left on his contract, turning 31 years old, that of course lets us spend around £40 million in financial fair play regulations with a player on a 5-year deal. Michael Olise is costing £60 million. We obviously will have 20 million extra in the kitty bank. Michael Olise, I'm praying you come in Newcastle United, mate. I seriously am. But of course, on the other hand, Noni Madueke, who is a right-wing priority by Newcastle United, he will cost, I wouldn't say significantly less, but it will be less than £60 million. Honestly, what a bargain that is, man. I'd be so annoyed by Newcastle if we didn't at least try and activate it, man. No, it's not dead set that he would come in Newcastle. We've not got any European football, and there is certainly more attractive clubs out there at the minute, but the least we can do is just activate it and give ourselves a chance. Nevertheless, I'm actually happy that we've been included in the same conversation as Bayern Munich. Maybe not Man United, they're a bit of a wash club at the minute. Now I'm joking. Bayern Munich, Man United and Chelsea, these clubs that have won European trophies in recent succession, and Newcastle United are now in the conversation for players like this. Absolutely fantastic. But there we have it, lads and lasses. Would you sell Miguel Almiron this summer? And of course, who would you rather come at the club? Pick up your own right wing player if you want to, but Michael Olise or Noni Madueke, who would you rather come? It's Olise every day of the week for me. I absolutely adore that guy. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button, and of course, as always, subscribe if you are new. I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy. Oh, sorry lads and lasses, before I end the video, there might not be an upload tomorrow. Of course, I'm on about Saturday here, by the way, for very fantastic reasons. I'm not going to spoil it why, but you'll see. I'll keep you all updated. Honestly, I'm very proud of myself. That's all I'll say, and you will be proud of me, hopefully. Without further ado, lads and lasses, I've been Geordie Josh. I'll keep you updated, don't worry. Go enjoy your day.